You didn't come this far to play small. This is Winning Daily, the podcast that builds winners in life and in business. Welcome home.
I don't know. We're here and we're back. Welcome back to the Winning Daily podcast. Got my boy Andrew Cruz here. I got my other partner Marc Henderson here. And if you guys missed the last episode, we're back with this one. So anyways, we were talking about this because today is August the 8th, 2025, and it's a great day to be alive.
Let's plug these guys right out of the
Also, shout out to our sponsor, White Rabbit. This is root beer. What are you drinking?
I got watermelon.
Watermelon?
Yeah.
Dude, you're not even 21. You can't have that one. Put that down.
Oh, yeah?
No, but yeah, if you guys... dude, that's the best sound, especially on a hot day with a cold White Rabbit. The watermelon one, the root beer... there's so many good flavors out. So shout out to White Rabbit.
This one's catching up to...
Yeah, if you don't know what White Rabbit is, or you've never had a White Rabbit, it's an alternative type of energy drink. It's actually kratom infused, 0 caffeine, 0 alcohol. They have an enormous amount of good flavors. Watermelon and root beer, probably top of the food chain.
You can buy them off their website?
Yeah, you can go to whiterabbitenergy.com, and there's also a store locator there and a bunch of stores, let's just say.
Yeah, if you use, I think the code is WINNING, they'll give you 10% off and free shipping. So
shout out.
It's badass. You can't go wrong with that.
No, not whatsoever. Yeah. So what's really cool about these are you can still have like your morning coffee, and then like you have that like 3 p.m. or 4 p.m. workday crash, and like mid hustle, you can go grab one of these and it'll bring you back to life. But no jitters. That's a different type of energy. It's almost like when you, to me, it's almost like when you crash from caffeine, but without the crash. You feel very chill, but you feel alert, you feel focused, which is very, to me, it's like priceless to feel.
they're pretty smooth. I like them a lot.
Yeah.
They're good.
But okay, cool. Anyway, so we were just talking about ChatGPT-5 off camera because today is obviously, like I said, August 8th. Yesterday is August the 7th is the official drop for ChatGPT-5. And so many business owners, personal trainers, coaches are using ChatGPT. Everybody's using ChatGPT right now. Actually, was on the phone with Sam Altman earlier. No, I'm just kidding. I'm a dirty fucking liar.
I was on the phone with
him. Yeah. No, but seriously, ChatGPT-5 is out. We're talking about uses of it and like what we're able to do and not do with it yet. I know for me. The thing that's been frustrating about ChatGPT, we're talking about this, is I maxed out my memory, the memory feature, and so I've had to go and clean that out. But anyways, we're talking about ChatGPT with the AI features because I want to talk about what's coming now with, I'm just going to say it. Look, okay, if you're an online trainer, you better put your belts on extra tight because there's so many online trainers are going to be in trouble. Yes, it can enhance your job, but in-person training, trainers that are doing in-person and they don't really care to do online, they're going to love this because I think there will be a shift. I was just talking to a buddy of mine the other day. I was telling you earlier, this guy was like, he's like 350 pounds. He lost a bunch of weight. Shout out my boy, Josh. He lost a bunch of weight. He hired an online trainer, wasn't very fitness aware, and then became fitness aware. So now he knows like the basic lifts. He knows how to eat. He knows the basics.
How old is he?
He's a year older than me. I think he's 37.
Gotcha.
So anyways, he was a big boy. He's still a big dude. He's like 6'4".
It's a big boy.
Yeah, he's a big ass dude. Yeah. And anyway, so he lost like 100 pounds. He looks great, and he's all about his fitness, and he's on his grind. And now he's using an app. He's no longer. He's like, I don't really see the point in an online coach. He was like, is it cool? Did it help me out? Yes. But now that he's more fitness aware, he's like, I can kind of do this on my own. So, ChatGPT-5 enter the scene and kind of seeing what's next, but. I know you're excited about it. That's all you're me. I saw this dude's Instagram story. What you posted yesterday. It's like some chick whispering in the ear. What was it?
It said something like, "I'll give you ChatGPT-5," and it was like, and then it was like the goosebumps and the hair standing up.
Yeah.
Remember, this just popped up in my head as you're talking about that. Remember about a year ago, we're sitting with one particular gym owner, and we were discussing. Will AI take over and hurt the fitness industry? And the gym owner said, no, it's always got to be personal. It's always got to be one-on-one. And in back of my head, I'm like, yeah, it's going to eat up a lot of the business. And I think you were thinking the same thing, but maybe a little skeptical at the time. Fast forward, we're 10, 11 months into it. I think even more it's going to take over the industry.
Yeah.
There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Now, some people are always going to want the one-on-one, but you have to think about the new generation that's, say, 14, 15 years old right now. This is who they are. It's part of their infrastructure of who they are growing as a person. So when they get to that point where they want to go to the gym, and someone says, "Oh, you want to just use AI?" They'll be like, "Yeah, sure." But you take someone that's maybe 60 years old, they're like, "No, I don't need AI," right? So it's just going to be a matter of time for that to flow into everyday life. And dude, it's going to. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Yeah, you always say this. You're like, information is free. There's a shitload of information anywhere. People pay for implementation.
Yeah, I was just talking to somebody at the Upland location, and I would say fit lady. She had done an in-body scan, and her body fat percentage had gone up, and she was living good. She was happy, right? But I would say she knows exactly what to do, but it's all a psychological thing. I suggested that she do one of our programs, because it's all what we make it up here. And by being a part of a program, or if you have an online trainer, even if you know what to do, it gives it more purpose, so that you're less likely to negotiate with yourself on rationalizing like, diet starts Monday, because you have someone that you'd have to then explain yourself to. And I was telling one of my gym managers yesterday, I was like, dude, I don't care if you're 5, 25, 55. There's not one fucking person on this earth that appreciates having to explain why they did what they did. 5, 25, 55. Not one person likes to explain what they just did, especially if it was something that they weren't supposed to do.
Yeah, like who microwaved their meal prep and got the inside of the microwave all dirty? Like, who was it?
Yeah.
Who was that dirty?
No, it's more like, Gabe, why on this earth would you microwave food, splatter the food in the microwave, and then not clean it, man?
What the hell's the matter with you? You're a sick son of a bitch.
Right? And like, no one likes to explain why they did what they did, especially if they weren't supposed to do it.
Yeah, no, it goes back to the in-person accountability for sure. The human to human, because it's like, oh, this is an AI, I can ignore it.
It could be online, because I feel like the way the online programs are set up, they're either chatting or Zoom. You still have to text, and perhaps you're not verbalizing with someone in front of you, but you're still sending like, I fucked up.
Yeah.
So you know there's going to be a lot of people that watch this, and they're going to be like, I don't understand what you guys are talking about. How it's personal training. How can you not be in front of a person? So maybe we should explain like how that's going to happen, or how if you're sitting there. No, well, I always have to.
Hold on. Okay, so perfect example.
I have a good example.
Yeah. So tell us. How would that happen?
Okay, so let's just say AI has progressed, and now our AI is an actual avatar, which that's coming, right? And it's
there's a shitload of them.
No, but it's an actual living in your phone, right? So as we're sitting here talking, it is listening also. It's like a fourth person in the room with us, right? And they're listening and they're learning about our conversation, right? Let's call her mine Linda or what have you, right? And
why Linda, dude?
Okay, look.
Check his contacts. Let's see who Linda is.
I don't know why Linda came up. That's my aunt's name. Maybe that's it. But in any case, let's just say hypothetically, Linda knows you're lazy, right? And you need that little foot in your ass to get to the gym. You do it for yourself 3 out of the 4 days, but really you want to go to the gym 5, and the other 2 you're talking yourself. You're sitting in the parking lot or in your driveway and you talk yourself into it. Well, Linda can pop up and be like, get your ass to the gym, right? Almost as that little devil on your shoulder, like, let's go.
I think I'd be like, fuck you, Linda.
Would you?
For an AI?
Yeah.
No, because Linda is you, right?
Yeah, but for me personally, that would do nothing for me.
Really?
Because I think one part of like a paid program is like you paid money for something, and I feel like we as people want to get what we pay for, and so that's one part of.
He said the other day, sorry to interrupt you.
What holds you accountable?
The other day, this dude said the level of give a fuck goes up a lot more the more money somebody pays for something. He's like,
yeah, that's true, because because we used to do let's say free 6-week challenge, right? But you had to pay a deposit. And then the deposit was refundable as long as you lost the weight and you did these things that you're supposed to do as part of the contract, right? So it's like lose 20 pounds, go work out 5 days a week, check in. So you had to have 42 check-ins in the 6-week time frame. And if you didn't lose 20 pounds and you didn't do the other contingencies, then you didn't get your deposit back. But if you did those things, you can get the deposit back. So it's like
a secured credit card. I mean, kind of. Or
well,
like renting.
No, the money was given.
Yeah. No, well, a secured credit card, you put up the money first.
Yeah. And so that was sort of like a bet on you kind of thing. So you got money on the line. So then when Taco Tuesday comes about, it's not $6 for 2 tacos. It's $500 for 2 tacos. You can fuck your entire world up by eating those 2 tacos because you got to lose 3.3 pounds every week. Yeah. That's what it was. So when there's something on the line, now it creates the purpose as to like why you're not negotiating with yourself. Yeah. Because with the example with Linda, if she's an app on my phone, she can talk all the shit she wants. I'm just like, I don't give a fuck. Right. But that's just me though. Right. Because I simply don't care what anyone thinks.
You don't have a hard time going to your schedule, events or what have you. Some people have a very, very hard time. They procrastinate. And I'm more emphasizing as Linda being your assistant, right? Like, hey, Mark, it's 8:45. You got to get to the gym by 9 o'clock, or you have a meeting at this. It's almost like, you see movie stars walking around. They got 4 or 5 assistants, and they're actually holding them by the hand. Let's go, man. You got to go right now. Like, hey, meeting stops right now. Let's go. And that's what I'm talking. Like, for me, at least, I would love for somebody to say, hey, man, look, I got to be there in 5 minutes. Let's go. Stop the bullshit. Let's go. I think that will be very useful. I know people that use assistants are more productive and they get a lot more done. And it only takes a couple times.
Human or AI, though?
I think so. Okay. If you think of it as being very superficial and just, it's not that big of a deal, then I could see a lot of people thinking that way. It's not going to be that important. But I don't think that way. I think it is going to be ingrained in our life much deeper than most people realize. It will be every part of your life, your daily living. And I've talked about this a bunch. A good example is robo-taxis, right? We have a Walmart account. We have a robo-taxi. We have an AI. Here's how I think it's going to
Did you make up that term?
What,
robo-taxi? Is that a real term?
No, that's a real thing, right? And that's where
those Teslas?
That's where Tesla is actually going to make its money in the robo-taxi.
I feel like we could come up with a cooler name for that.
They probably will. But picture this, right? Picture at my office, I have 3 27-inch iMac screens, right? So I have one I'm working on, one I'm screwing around on, and one I'll be coding over here, right? So I'm doing a lot at once. But there is going to be a time where this screen will be my AI person that knows me intimately and knows everything about me, right? And we're watching the same thing we're doing. It is going to be a person, we will get lost in that illusion of it being a person. And what's going to happen is I'm going to tell Linda again to place my grocery order at Walmart and send my Tesla robo-taxi to go get my groceries. They're going to load. Walmart already knows. Why do you think they have people out there and they put it in your car for you? Because they're prepping for the robo-taxis to go pick up your food. So boom, it brings it back to the house, and then my groceries are there. All I got to do is tell Linda to do that. Right now, that is a process that can take me an hour, maybe even longer. I got to go back to the store. So to me, AI is really, really going to sink in for some people when that day comes when Linda is sitting right next to you on your computer. And I think some companies are already doing that. It's just not out in mass. But when it comes out in mass, that's the game changer, right?
We're not too far from stuff like that. Because
in mass, it's going to take.
Well, in mass, but like, have you heard the MCP, like servers?
Tell us what it is. Don't make us guess, dude. Okay,
Well, so I don't-
fucking guy.
So
Military,
I don't know.
military guy.
I don't know I don't know what it stands for, but I know what these things do. So it's essentially like API endpoints that will do like an activity. So like right now, for example, go high level. Just recently turned on or installed, plugged in, whatever, an MCP server. So you can, from ChatGPT, use actions to update contact records from like a ChatGPT thread. It does like the API endpoint stuff and updates things on the CRM. Whether you want to like add a note, add a task, add an appointment from ChatGPT to a CRM, and the same would then also play true if let's say Instacart, if they had an API endpoint that would allow for adding products onto a shopping cart. The same thing could occur with stuff like that. Yeah. And if you apply that same logic with AI voice, you would also be able to create the conditional logic to have a conversation with AI voice for it to then do these actions of like update appointments, contact records, place an order for a fucking frozen pizza at Albertsons with Instacart.
So it's a model context protocol.
Yeah. So we're not like that. That's alive now. And if you have agent mode on your ChatGPT, those are the kinds of things that agent mode can do today.
Got it. Yeah. So I was like, explain it to me like I'm 5-year-old. Without MCP, you have to keep telling AI everything it needs to do every single time. It's like it's trying to play. It's like trying to play a game, but you have to explain the rules from scratch each time. That's without an MCP. With MCP, is the helper robot moves. It's again, it's playing like it's 5. Okay, don't laugh. The helper robot remembers the rules, knows where all your toys are, and can grab the right one when you need it. You can just say, I want to build a tower, and the MCP already knows you'll need the red blocks from the box under your bed and the blue ones from the shelf. Got me.
Yeah, exactly. Awesome. So in this case, it would be the equivalent of like me calling Sammy and be like, hey, set up an appointment with Gabe next Tuesday, first available time slot on my calendar.
Do you have Sammy, a personal Sammy also? Or do you just strictly use it for business?
I've just used it for business.
You don't use her for like scheduling?
Play that call. Play that call really quick from Sammy.
Yeah, what does she sound like? Let's listen to her.
Yeah, let's hear it. By the way,
hey, where'd you get the name Sammy?
It's an acronym.
What is it?
Don't tell him. I'm just kidding. Yeah, tell us.
So,
if you guys don't know who Sammy is, by the way, Sammy is Andrew's. How would you describe
make believe friend?
She's a fully robust voice AI that Andrew has custom built. So
yeah, also the acronym SAMMY stands for Smart Automation, Marketing, Monetization, and Yield. But I would say that came after the fact. I originally I named it Sam because it was my boy's name, my mentor Sam Bakhtiar, rest in peace, and then from there. It just turned into Sammy. I was like, it's got to have some context and it has to be something applicable towards like business. And so that's where I extended it to Sammy and I made it an attractive woman, not.
Yeah, I was going to ask you where'd the picture come from.
Not a yoked 40 something year old Persian man.
Yeah.
But
let's hear it. Let's hear that call. And while you're pulling that up, I was asking GPT-5 how a personal trainer could use MCP. So for client check-ins on autopilot, the GPT-5 would ask MCP for the client's last workout log from your training app, progress pics from your shared Google Drive, if you have that, body weight trends from their like a Fitbit or an Apple Watch. That could be from an API as well. Then it auto writes a personalized check-in message. Hey, Sarah, I saw that you hit 3 PRs this week and your body fat dropped 1%. Here's your next phase. And then it could instantly give program adjustments. So it could be something like you prompt it with give me a 4-week lower body friendly plan for John. MCP pulls John's injury notes from your CRM, his equipment list from a Google Sheet, or his goals from last month's intake form. Basically any relevant information, GPT-5 spits out a plan that's already tailored to him. No re-asking for details. And then also for like nutrition or compliance tracking, it could be MCP connects to MyFitnessPal, your client spreadsheets, or a meal prep service API. And then it could instantly flag if they're under eating protein, suggest meals from the meal prep menu, or push the suggestions directly to the client's phone. there's and it goes on, but these are just some of the things here.
MCP will give the capability to create a 7-figure one-person business.
Savage.
And then duplicate it.
Let's hear Sammy.
Yeah. So then context. This is for this is for a database reactivation campaign that I launched yesterday, and this is me doing a test.
And if you're not as smart as Andrew and you don't know what a database reactivation campaign is, you have a list of customers.
Hi, is this Andrew?
Who used to shop with you.
Yeah, this is he.
And we'll just do a snippet. It's like a 5-minute phone call.
Hey, Andrew, it's Sammy from the Camp Transformation Center, Anaheim. I know it's been a while, but I wanted to check in because we've got a special going on. Join our 21-day program for $77 and bring a friend for free. Thought it might be worth a quick chat. Have you been thinking about getting back into a routine or leveling up?
Yeah, actually, I've been feeling pretty terrible about lower back fat, and I'm really lazy.
Totally get that, Andrew. You're not alone. A lot of people start here feeling the same way, but the good news is you're already...
Oh, my bad.
This episode is brought to you by White Rabbit Energy. If you don't know what White Rabbit Energy is, it's an alternative form of energy drink. No caffeine, no stimulants. It is a kratom-infused energy seltzer, and it's absolutely awesome. My personal favorite is the watermelon, but if you're looking for where to find White Rabbit Energy, you can just go to whiterabbitenergy.com, and we are proudly partnered with them here at Winning Daily.
The window had to stay open.
Already thinking about change, and that's huge. Would it be okay if I ask a couple quick things to see how we can help?
Yeah, whatever it is that you have to say, is it going to help me be less fat?
All right, Andrew, let's tackle this. What's the one thing you'd want to fix or improve right now when it comes to your fitness or routine? Is it more about losing weight, building energy, or something else?
I'd say a little bit of both. Life's been pretty tough.
Of course, I'm getting a phone call. But
And
that's the gist of it.
Low energy, and and I eat terribly.
She's gathering that information basically.
Got
Yeah. So they're what's pretty badass is that the ability for Sammy to know where in the customer journey the person is, whether they just came in from a Facebook lead, whether they are on the calendar as an appointment, we're doing just a general follow-up, or doing a database reactivation campaign. So it's a database reactivation. I think Gabe mentioned it, but it's, imagine you got a list of people and you're doing a bulk blast message talking about a new offer of some kind. So you already have the contacts. Now you just want to like reactivate them to earn more of their business.
Are you doing email, text, and phone call, or what's the cadence look like on that?
Specifically text and phone call.
Text and phone call?
Yeah, so it'd be like it'd be a text message, and then 5 minutes later, it'd be a phone call. 1 day later, and then 2 days later.
And she'll leave a voicemail too, right?
Yeah.
On the phone call.
With context of what is going on.
Nice.
So if I hadn't answered, she would have left a voicemail in regard to a new offer that she thought I would be a good fit for. The same thing plays out with no-show recovery. So if someone no-showed an appointment or canceled an appointment, the initial greeting of the phone conversation would be particular with context of where they're at in the customer journey.
But real quick, go ahead. What do you
So let's just say you're a big company. Let's say you're one of these big box stores, and they have a database of 1 million people they want to get back into contact with that they're not on the residual. Do you build the cadence out for clients like that, or do they come up with the cadence, or can you blast all 1 million at the same time, or how, like, are there limits? Are there nodes that limit like how much you can do, or is that wide open?
So I would be the one that creates the cadence. I would say most people wouldn't know where to start, or like what what is best practice or what is most common for the cadences. There are limitations. Like let's say for example, I can have, I believe it's 100 concurrent phone calls all at the same time.
Gotcha.
So I would say that'd be like the max, all at the same time on one sub account.
Gotcha.
And so from there, I just simply throttle it to where, like, let's say for example, there were 400 contacts on this particular account, and I created a smart list. So anyone that came into the system within the last 90 days is who we sent this campaign out to. And I did, I believe it was 5 contacts every 2 minutes was the drip.
Gotcha.
And so that way it just sort of offset and staggered. So then the ability to make 150 phone calls or so in 1 hour with no people.
What's the end result of that contact? Is it setting up a phone call? Let's say, well, when you make the phone call and nobody answers, then you text them, I assume. Also, right? You do the text conversation, or
so
how does your system work?
We do the text message first.
You do that first.
Yeah. So I'll do the text message first. So that way it's sort of like.
Well, it primes before you paint. It's like,
Yeah.
hey, this is who I am. I'll be reaching out to you.
Yeah.
Well, no. There's no like, hey, I'm going to reach out to you. But if you think about it, like if you're going on about your day,
No, because then they're waiting for your call to block you, right?
well, or someone's busy.
Well, I wouldn't answer a number from somebody I don't know, but if the number texts me first and says, hey, it's Andrew, and then I'm like, what is this number? And then, okay, and then it calls me later, I'm more likely to answer.
It's more of like getting your attention.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
for the most part, the avatar is between 30 and 55, and perhaps they're not looking at their phone at the time or whatever.
Yeah.
But we do the text message first, and then we do the phone call after, more so as the second touch point.
In my coaching call, I asked that question because I didn't know what the conversion rate was. So, do you think the conversion on getting on a phone call with a potential customer is still going to average out at about 5 touch?
He could tell you. Don't you have you have
all the data on that?
Well, between PBG and between the gyms, you have measurables on that, right? Like how much it's increased, like your show rate and that kind of stuff. Don't you have?
Oh
some?
yeah.
Yeah.
On average, we will increase 40% appointment volume and 40% showed appointments.
That's a lot.
It's
in
a
both
hell of a lot.
businesses. So it's not
in all verticals. Like it's been in credit repair, it's been in the gym brick and mortar gym space. It's been with photo booth rentals, so event rentals.
so the average is 40%.
The average is 40%, and I'll tell you what, it's because we the people are flawed. And when we get a new contact or a new lead,
How dare you?
How
dare you?
You say flaw. I think we're lazy. Is really what you're trying to say.
Yeah, and we'll reach out once, twice, hardly ever more than 2 times, and this was like the birth of like where I began to like want to be more involved with automations and workflows, because I remember like rewind to 2022, looking at gym sales. It was the lead management software that we were using at the time, and Facebook. We'd run Facebook ads. As soon as a lead comes in, there'd be one automated text, one automated email. If the lead did not reply back to the text message, that lead would be gone in the abyss, because then we would be relying on the human element to remember or follow simple instruction to follow up manually on an established cadence. I'll tell you this. I remember vividly, and it's probably part of like the trauma as to why I'm just like, the humans don't, like at scale, don't follow up, period. And the example would be if we generated 100 leads, and let's say 53 of them replied back. Of the 53 that replied back, let's call it 40 of them became appointments. And of the 40, 20 showed and 17 convert. From a gym owner standpoint, my curiosity was like, well, what the fuck happened with lead number 54 to 100? And 9 times out of 10, you go into the lead management system and you go look.
No calls.
No dials, yeah.
At most, one follow-up, and then it was just radio silent because we continually run ads. We continually have new leads that are coming into the system, and then so everyone's attention is always on the alligator closest to the boat, and lead number 54 to 100, they got one touch point, and who knows, maybe they opt into another campaign that you pay $20 a lead to Meta, and so. The problem was with that software specifically is because you could add and create more automations and automated text messages, but where it was flawed and it just didn't make sense was if that lead became an appointment, you could not remove them from the automated cadence messaging. So. And I'll give you an example. So if we had automated text messages set up for day 1, 3, 5, 7, 10, 15, and let's say on day 1, they set an appointment, they're still going to get that appointment day 3, day 5, and now it's like erroneous messaging. So because of that, we couldn't have the automated messaging on day 3, 5, 7, so we had to rely on the human element. And
that's not good.
And that's not good. And so my mindset was I would rather smother them day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with text, phone call, and email, and begin to then throttle back on day 7, 9, 12, 15, and have them either engage with what they just opted into because we're trying to reach them. They said we have a problem, so we're doing our best to reach out and connect, or opt out. I would rather someone say I'm not interested than not know what happened to lead number 54 in 100, because I'm going to assume it's a yes until it's a no.
Yeah, it's so weird. When I first got into this industry, and this is going to resonate with a lot of people out there, my goal or my job was to generate leads, and I did a pretty good job for my clients, and I generated massive amounts of leads for them. And I never ever would have thought that when we passed the leads to the trainers that we were dealing with, that they wouldn't make contact with them. I'm like, dude, I'm giving you money. I am helping your kid, go to college. I'm doing that process for you. And after about a year of doing it, I was completely amazed at the laziness of, I wouldn't say most trainers, but a good chunk of trainers out there. Like, we're giving you this.
Not just trainers, gym owners too.
Gym owner. Oh, dude, they're just as bad. You guys, a lot of you guys are, who you are.
It's human character trait.
As I hear you talk, I'm like, that's the solution right there. Is if you tell every personal trainer that's trying to build their own book, you must touch them 5 times before they'll even look at you. My goal would be to get to those touch number 6 as soon as possible. But that is not the mentality of a lot of these.
Yeah, not only that, but life gets in the way too.
Yeah, true.
Because if you get one new lead every day, and then also in concurrent, you're also handling who you already have, and then the random fires that you got to put out, and then by the time you get to day 4 or day 5 of getting new leads, you already fucking forgot about what happened on day 1. Because everything just compounds.
It's true, so, but I mean, both scenarios, you have a solution for that.
Oh, 100%.
Right?
And for context too, because there's a lot of personal trainers and coaches out there that are just running paid ads. They're like, hey, I'm going to live on Instagram. This is where I'm going to generate all my business from. I need more followers, and I'm going to run paid ads on Meta, and this is how I'm going to build my business. And we're talking about, for example, Andrew, you mentioned a Meta campaign where, you're paying a cost per lead or whatever it is. And then for what Marc is talking about, he's talking about organic leads. Yeah. Okay. So this is something different. So for context here, organic leads. You're talking about some paid leads and some organic, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I would say it would tie into one another. I think where they would like mesh up and marry would
Google My Business.
the cost to acquire a new customer.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Because there's resources that are being invested to enhance
The
the
organic
SEO
traffic.
to have better organic, and then also the paid ones.
So where, like, if someone's listening right now, they're like, man, this is just makes so much sense. I'm having this issue because I'm busy. I have 2 kids. They're young.
Join the Winning Daily coaching calls.
Absolutely. But where can they can find your company also, right?
Oh, just go to gotsammy.com.
Gotsammy.com.
Yeah.
So
Sort of like Got Milk, but got Sammy.
if you're watching this right now and this really makes sense to you, hop on board, because this will solve a lot of problems for you. And this isn't the only thing that your software does. It does a lot of other things also.
Yeah,
that
but
they can.
so the difference too, because you've explained this so many times, but maybe you're watching this and you're like, oh, well, I'm going to dump money into ads or something like that. The difference is these people are coming in, organic leads are coming in, and they're coming to you and they're saying, hey, I found you and I'm interested in your business, as opposed to you paid to be in front of someone. And, you know, the validity of those leads, both of them depend.
One is a reactive customer, right?
Yeah.
And one is a proactive
Proactive,
customer.
Yeah.
Reactive customers, I don't know what the closing rate would be, but I would say if I was a professional salesperson, I'd probably close 50% of those. Proactive customer, you better close 100%. And they still don't get closed. It's like...
Yeah, we would see a lot of trainers and coaches and gym owners. I'll just loop everybody into there. A lot of fitness professionals. How about that? That would get these organic leads. They would dial them once. Oh, they didn't answer the phone.
Yeah.
And then, oh, I texted them, no response.
Or they're
So-
probably not interested.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
they're probably not
Oh, it's
interested.
the texting. I would create dummy leads sometimes just out of curiosity. I put my contact information in, and it'd be like 2 or 3 days. Hey, this is so-and-so. I got your lead. You interested in working? No, nothing professional.
No.
Just like, yo, want to work out? It's like that simple.
Give
And
me
I'm just
money.
yeah. I was like, meanwhile, you're paying rent and they're giving you an opportunity to pay that rent and you're just not doing it. And I for me, I don't know how to think like that. So I'm always curious. I ask that all the time. Like, why do you think that is? Why?
They don't know any better.
They don't.
Yeah, if you
You
don't,
know, they don't know any better, and it's essentially a part of their learning process.
Yeah.
And it's like they could figure it out in due time, or maybe they never figure it out. But that's just the nature of the game. That's people going through the motions and not doing things by design. They're
Yeah.
doing things by default. And if they continue doing things by default, they'll not be doing it more than 90 to 120 days.
I always think about this. I remember when I was younger and naive and stupid, very stupid. I always thought
I'm
when
still
you saw,
there.
I'm still trying to shake it off, man, but it keeps catching me. I just remember seeing successful people and going, man, they got lucky. They got lucky. Oh, that guy doesn't work, man. He's driving like you. I'm sure people look at you like, man, that dude's lucky. He drives a Lambo. He's got a G-Wagon. I got a nice house. Man, Andrew got lucky. Oh, it must have been the Marine Corps. They must have done it for him, right? And meanwhile, they don't realize that you're up at 4 a.m. and you go to bed at midnight, 6 out of the 7 days of the week, and you're grinding. And then they think, well, I just need to get lucky one day and I'll have all that. No, you got to grind.
Yeah.
I don't care who you are, whether you see someone on TV and they're super successful, but they look sloppy. They're grinding, man. I don't care what you think. You just don't get shit handed to you. It doesn't work. You want to. Those people, they go play the lottery every single day. Those people are the ones that I'm probably referring to. But I do see that with a lot of trainers. They think, oh, man, that guy's a good trainer because he got lucky. And it's not, dude. It's just... Someone told me once when I was younger, successful people, it doesn't matter what they do, they will always be successful. So lift them up, take them to a different spot, they will survive. It's just the mentality of it, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, there's a lot of trainers that are like they it's called trainer brain.
yeah.
I don't know, can I coin that term, trainer brain? I call trainer brain as this. It's
TM.
like, yeah, trainer brain. I'm gonna trademark it. It's trainer brain because they don't think outside of like just being a trainer. Like I see so many trainers like, man, you're a phenomenal trainer, but you're stuck at where you're at, and that is all you will ever be. And I mean that in the nicest way possible. But you're stuck at where you're at, and that's all you will ever be because you're just stuck right there. And you keep playing this game where you get 5 clients in the door, you lose 2 clients. You get 4 clients in the door, you lose a client. And you'll understand that there's seasons to this, and you can be a great personal trainer. But as long as you are not thinking systematically, how can you find somebody else to take your job? And yes, it is possible with in-person training, because I would talk about that. Like a successful personal trainer, one of the most successful personal trainers that I know personally, that does in person. He does nothing online, does everything in person. He has a team, and then he started him with himself. He brought another trainer on underneath him to carry his overflow under his methodology and his modality. So the way that he trains was a certain type of training. The people that he trains was a certain type of person, and but he still has other types of people within that. So he does soccer athletes, rugby athletes. He does functional training, speed and agility training, but he's also can do weight loss, fat loss, those things. But it's like the methodology and like the modalities in which he's trained. So it's his style, right? His signature. You're like, oh, this, I can totally see. If you go work out with him, anybody works out with this guy, you will see like, oh, now this makes sense. And then I've also worked in his training sessions as like a substitute, if you will. And I've seen where he's got a small group that comes in, and he's got a small group of say like 3 to 5 athletes or clients or whatever. And he's got, one guy's a pastor, another guy's a business owner, one guy's in the Air Force, and he's got 2 young soccer athletes. And he has built a culture and a community in his system where he's printing $20,000, $30,000 a month in cash, and with himself. And then he brings on a 3rd trainer, so he can oversee everything. But he's got those systems and processes. It is possible to do. And there's a reason why that individual went and opened his own gym. He went and opened his own gym, and now he can do memberships. They do pickleball. He's found ways to replicate and in the vertical there his own methodologies. But for online training, it differentiates, where for an online trainer, you can create the systems and processes and then build your methodology and modality online, where you're just basically showing somebody else how you do what you do and why you do it. And then you're looking for a certain type of person. Like everybody sees those. There's so many of you trainers that are doing this, where I'm looking for 5 men, age 45. Have you guys seen that one guy that's like, are you a guy that makes over $150,000?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
He's all over the place now.
Yeah, and I know he gets like trolled in the comments and stuff, but that is a lot of online trainers. Is like, at least he's looking for men. It's like, okay, you've got half the population, over $150,000 a year, and you're tired of looking sloppy. Like, that is a lot of online training. But from the customer standpoint, like the general public may or may not see this, is that person has a team behind them. It's rare that person, you're paying for proximity, right? When you get into these types of situations. So it is a bit different there. But anyways,
question with the trainer that does the in-person stuff, that has a team that works underneath him. Do the other trainers need to pay rent also? Or how does that part function?
No, he would cover that as part of that. So he W-2s them as employees. So again, he's independent.
But they would need to pay, like, so if his rent is $1,000, like any trainer underneath him is also $1,000?
It just depends on the gym, but that particular gym basically would charge, let's just say $1,000 for the main trainer, and then every sub trainer was like, maybe
it was a discount.
Well, maybe they break the price, $800, $900 or whatever it is. So, but he would absorb the costs because those trainers come on as employees underneath him. So he W-2s them, and he remains. So he's got his own entity that he's running, and he's obviously independent.
Shit, does he like the fact that he opened a brick and mortar? Because I feel like it would be more advantageous to just build a business within the facility rather than have your own brick and mortar and have more liability and expenses.
He found out, and
that he should have stayed in the facility.
No, he found out. He found out about a build out and permits, and you know how that can be.
It's fucking terrible.
It's a nightmare, and he knew. I'm not sure all of the details of like, financials and backing and funding and partners. I have no idea about that, but I've been to his new gym, and it's a phenomenal place. It's about 10,000 square feet. It's clean as a whistle. He's got his culture. He's got his people there. Very retentive guy. He doesn't do any one-on-one training. Himself doesn't do any one-on-one training, but he's got other trainers underneath him, all employees. I think he might have like 1 or 2 independents there, but for the most part, that's like his haven, if you will. That's his nest, and he's built it, and he's done a phenomenal job with it now.
What type of gym is it?
It's semi-private, so basically you have to pay for a membership, and then I'm not sure what the membership comes with. It comes with an X amount of personal training sessions, but in the gym, he's got a lot of exotic equipment. I forget what the equipment company is in there. It's some German company, but the equipment's all fire. I mean, he's got a lot of all the cool bars and weights, plates, dumbbells, all that stuff. The equipment's different. Like I said, it's kind of like an exotic brand. It's not something you find everywhere. But it's clean. It's clean. He's got a pickleball court in there. And so on the pickleball courts, so pickleball is cool because I feel like it gets people in. A lot of his business, I know, comes from a church community, which is really cool, right? So he can host events there. They do like car shows and that kind of stuff there. I went to the grand opening. They did a phenomenal job. So, but I know the trainers there, they host events. They do open court for the pickleball, gets people in the door. Obviously pickleball is hot. I'm assuming it's hot everywhere. I know in Southern California, it's like this thing, right? It's everywhere right now. But anyway, so that's really cool. I've seen they done like some hip hop dance classes on the court, that kind of stuff. So they're doing different things, but for the most part, it's like semi-private and what would that be like?
It's
like
semi-private with membership.
Correct. Semi-private with membership, and personal training would be group training. Or micro group, 2-3 people, that type of thing.
For add-on? It's like an add-on to the membership?
I'm assuming.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I would guess. Yeah, I'm sure there's a flat rate for the membership, and then if you want to add on, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I like the micro groups. It's cool. Those are always really cool, too. I always like that. Micro groups, like couples, I've kind of taught that in pricing to people, too. It's like, hey, if you have, micro group, you could charge, if you were going to do one-on-one, hypothetically speaking, you could charge 60 to 70% of whatever your one-on-one would be for a micro group. And then small group will typically see anywhere from like 40 to 50% for in-person training of whatever your one-on-one would be. So if your one-on-one's 150 an hour or it's 100 an hour, you can count.
All these fucking math.
Yeah. Well, okay. So basically $100 a session, and you have 3 people in a micro group, and you do, let's just say 50% per session. So that's $50 per person. Now you're making $150 an hour instead of $100 an hour. And you have 3 people to give you reviews, referrals, and testimonials. Right.
Yeah.
So really smart, man. But yeah, anyways.
That's cool.
So yeah, cool. Anyways, GPT-5 is out, and we know that AI is going to swallow up a good piece of the fitness industry, and it is. It's making things enhance. It's making things better. But we see a lot of. But another thing too, I want to say this. I saw on Threads that I don't know if you guys have seen this with Instagram. They have a new feature out where you can like share your location. Have you guys seen that? Anybody seen that?
I had recently just
it's called
seen
Instagram
that.
Maps. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
And if somebody was like Ted Bundy would have loved it. Yeah. Hey man, look, but what's crazy is that's a feature that's out, and somebody was on Threads and was like, just show our content to our followers again. And I was like, get it through your head that Instagram and Facebook are marketing platforms. Like, get that through your head. Get it through your head.
It's
a while ago.
I forget what the phrase is. It's if the product or service is free, you are the product.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or if the service is free, you are the product.
For now, yeah.
There's a lot of ways to say that statement.
We're due for a new social platform.
That's Instagram. That's Facebook.
Sure. There is one, something 360 coming out. I know that was like surfacing. There's always something.
There's one that's called like We 8 or something. Or something. It's got the number 8 in it.
Okay.
And I think it's someone left.
I like Threads. Look, you know what's funny is you see people in Threads where you could talk about like supply and demand constraint businesses. Somebody was like, I'm in need of a personal trainer, of whatever their struggle was. Insert struggle here. I need a personal trainer. Dude, there's like 500 comments in 2 hours. Like, I'm your guy. I'm your girl. Hit me up. Here's my Here's my Instagram. Like, dude, it was like everybody and their mom's in there trying to land that client. And then the opposite is, hey, I'm a personal trainer and an online coach. I'm not pushy. I'm about as introverted as they come. If I'm your girl, hit me up. It's like 2-3 likes. You talk about it. So look, you have to be a savage, guys. You have to be a savage. I cannot say it enough. There's an 80 to 90% turnover rate for personal trainers. Okay. So if you're thinking about getting certified or you're certified, that doesn't mean it means up to a certain degree. That is exactly why we built Winning Daily. It's why we have these coaching calls, so that you can learn the skill sets from people who know shit and know things and can show you the way and see around some of the corners you may or may not be seeing. But anyways, we have a lot of really good guests coming up on the podcast. We're going to be shooting in this studio here, and we're also going to be shooting in a different studio. So coming soon. We got a lot of cool stuff up. Anything you just want to say to the people of America before we leave?
No, man. I mean, listen, if you're on the fence about introducing more of a digital platform into your daily life, and you're a personal trainer, don't sit on it, man. Hop on it now, because the way that this thing is growing, 6 weeks, you could be passed by very easily. And as time goes on, that window is shrinking more and more and more. You used to be able to say, I got 6 months to figure this out. No, you don't. You better hop on it now, or else you'll be looking at a different job. So
what do you got?
Yeah, if you're running your own business, whether you're a personal trainer, gym owner, if you are tired of missing phone calls, tired of the leads just slipping through the cracks, and you want to double your appointments booked and double your appointments showed, godsammy.com. Just check it out. Play around with it. Figure out a way to leverage technology so that you bridge those gaps and fix those leaks in your sales process, because you'll thank yourself later.
We'll also,
you just got to do something.
We'll also drop a link in the description here. And thank you. If you're listening or watching, if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, go subscribe right now, and we will see you guys on the next one. Peace. Thanks for tuning into the Winning Daily YouTube channel. If you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to the channel and go right here and turn that notification bell on. We look forward to winning daily with you.